cruise on down the road here, and if anybody hops on, hello. I'll keep my eye out for you, but I'm probably just gonna cruise on along until anybody pops up, or I might just go ahead and start talking. This is just an easy way to promote a video, or not promote, but put out a video while driving, if you will. Got the pup with me. We are headed down, running, doing a couple of errands. I've got a couple things I'm selling on Facebook. I'm going down and meeting this lady who's gonna buy some Miami Dolphins jerseys off of me. Anywho, I thought I'd just let you ride along with me as I cruise on down Interstate 81 and talk about something that's on my mind today. Of course, there's, it's never ending. There's always something going on. And probably won't be on here real long, but I just wanted to put this out there. The title of the live, What If? And what I want to talk about is how we actually had some really major solar flares in the last couple days. And if you're like me, probably studied on this a little bit. Maybe you've studied quite a bit more than me. I'm not sure. I've studied on it a little bit. I'm definitely not an expert, but I do follow BP Earthwatch and Ben. That's Suspicious Observers. And I believe you can follow a lot of different people on YouTube, whether you agree with every single thing they have to say or not. But they've been talking about these solar flares, and the one that we had yesterday morning, I think it was, actually was directly Earth facing. And what Jesse from BP Earthwatch was just saying there earlier, I listened to him, is that this solar flare, I guess, that we had, that's incoming, is the biggest one that we've had since the Fukushima earthquake, which was in 2011. And he said he believes that is going to shape up to be the biggest disaster our planet has ever known in modern time. And that made me start thinking, could that be the case? Could we still really just now be finding out, or getting ready to find out, all the ramifications that came from that event when the Fukushima nuclear disaster happened because of the earthquakes and the tsunami there in Japan? Could it be that we really are? I know I've heard stories about planet, ocean life being interrupted. Everything that happens, I think it's just human nature, at least for me anyway, and I think a lot of people probably feel the same nature to, when something major, catastrophic happens, to think that we're going to be able to see all of the devastation from that immediately. But with something like what happened in Fukushima, I think it is probably more likely that for decades to come, if we're here, if the Almighty chooses to keep us here that long, that for decades to come, it's just going to get worse and worse on how much it's actually affected our ocean life. So, that being said, a little bit of a sore throat today. It's just sinus drainage. I've had such bad sinus. I refuse to go to the doctor, for what it's worth. But that being said, in 2011, everyone was building up to, I mean, that's actually when I started my YouTube channel, just because I was really wanting to get in tune to what people were saying on a daily basis. Even though I've been doing some research basically offline or here or there, just dib and dab, since the late 90s. I got on YouTube in 2011, and of course, I mean, I, just like everyone else, was just, trying to figure out what was going to happen in 2012 as far as the, was it the Hopi? Is that, I can't remember, is that who it was? And their calendar was running out. Anticipation of apocalypse and all that. So that's what I'm wondering. Hey, I see somebody's popped on. Hello. Just heading down toward Morristown, Dandridge, Tennessee area. I'm not sure who has popped on. I can't look at the chat. I'm driving, but what I'm talking about, if you just jumped on, is how perhaps the Fukushima disaster that happened in 2011, according to Jesse from BP Earthwatch, could be one of the most devastating disasters that's happened to us in modern time. And it could be that we're just now building towards that. We're just now starting to see from that. And so that's what oh man, there's a bad forest fire ahead. Wow. I'll probably try to get some footage of that if I can. Sorry, I just squirreled there, but I just came around the bend and saw bad smoke. So anyway, so was that maybe, that anticipation the end? And we never can tell, like, we're not going to figure it out until the day and the time comes, and we know it's the day and the time. But we also have a lot of signs and wonders that are going to be throughout our lifetime. So could what happened in Fukushima be coming up? Anyway, the Fukushima thing, I think Jesse might be right. I think the early signs to our disasters, our catastrophisms that are going to come about. And we know that it's like every single day something else kind of crazy happens. And so now we got those solar flares that happened yesterday and a couple days ago, and it looks like the one that happened, it was a M9, and because it is going to envelop all of those others just as it turns to point towards us, as far as on all those models and everything goes. Like I say, I'm not sure how to explain it all, but so basically what I'm thinking is, I was thinking about this, and I was like, first of all, could Fukushima have been an early warning, if you will, instead of it just being that prophecy, that apocalyptic prophecy, because none of us know the time of the hour, but it could have just been one of those early warning signs that happened, and they could have foreseen it way back then in that time period as such a major event that was going to happen. Man, I mean, just wouldn't that just, if that was something that they were able to foreshadow that far back? I don't know. It's all in God's hands, that's for sure. But I just want everybody to be alert and just know that these solar flares are going to cause a storm that's going to happen tomorrow night, or maybe it's tonight. I guess that's another question I had there that I was going to ask at the beginning of this. Jesse said at midnight on the 30th, so I guess he means tonight at midnight is when it's, he said on the 30th at midnight, so I think it would be tonight, because on the 30th at midnight tomorrow, that will mean it will become December 1st, so I'm thinking it's going to be tonight. If anybody knows and you can say, just, let me know. Leave it in the comments, because I'm going to cut this stream off here in a minute, and I got a sore throat today, so I don't want to talk real long. I just wanted to come on. Since I was driving, it's easier to do a live than to try to upload a video while I'm out and about, and I didn't want to forget about this stuff. I just wanted to get the word out, just I guess to be alert, be aware that we're going to be dealing with this geomagnetic storm here for the next couple of days, and I think it's going to be a really bad one. And when Fukushima happened, we had some really serious solar flares, really serious CMEs directly aimed basically right at Japan, and then those horrible earthquakes happened. So something to be aware of. I'm going to get off here in a second and head on down here to Morristown and Dandridge. Just got some running to do, some errands to do. I got some jerseys I'm selling, stuff I used to collect in the world, and I don't need all that stuff anymore. Don't need any other sort of idols. All I need is Jesus. All we need is Jesus. All we need is God Almighty. So I'm trying to get rid of all the stuff that I used to have when I was out in the world. And I figure, if I can earn a little bit of money from it, well, that'll just help me to put food on the table. So I'm probably going to jump off here in a second. I just saw a plane do something really, really weird there. I'm hoping it'll show up on screen. I don't know. Just made a really crazy turn. But anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you soon. Much love.